Hey guys, WC, this is the Crack Pack. I've been working on the Foundry a little bit lately. However, I can't get it to look the way I want it to. The structure is just a large stone box. And I tried adding details and layer to it. Obviously, this is all one material. It's chiseled cobblestone. But I will be adding different kinds of cobblestone and different kinds of chiseled stone. And I'm also going to put some factory block stuff in it as well. If you look at the other structures on my team, so Arcus uses the kind of factory block with the piping and stuff like that. And it's also present on Biffa's build and Etho's build. So I want to add it into this one. I do have a little bit of it here up top as kind of like the rafters, the girders, and what have you. So that is going to be on the outside as well. So like something like this will be piping that goes all the way to the top, and there'll probably be some areas on the sides here, like this right here will be also the piping and what have you. But it seems like no matter what I add to the building, it still looks like a box just with stuff attached to it. I don't know. We'll have to see once I actually get all of the kind of extra stuff, the extra layering added onto it, and then I can make different blocks or use different types of blocks so that it isn't all the same, and maybe it'll look better. But having a little bit of trouble with it right now. Something else I want to show you real fast though is these, because this is going to be for the roof of the building, and I also plan on using this for something else. So these are encased fire jets. There are fire jets inside of the Twilight Forest. There are also the smoking block. This is what they normally look like, except minus the smoke. I use those in here. That's what, see, you can see the smoke over here. You can see the smoke. So that's these blocks right here. So the fire ones look exactly like that, except they shoot fire in the air instead of smoke. But they also consume a source of lava, so a full lava block source. Now, I was going to pump the lava into the area wherever I had the encased fire jets and then use a floodgate right here in order to fill it. But apparently you don't need to do any of that because you can just make an encased fire jet and this will run infinitely. You just need a redstone source in order to turn it on. So let me show you real fast what I'm talking about here. I'm going to put some of this right here. I'm going to put this right here. And then I'm going to put a lever right here. I want to keep a little bit of distance, because these things are kind of dangerous. So that's what it does. I don't know. You know what? I haven't tested what happens if you just leave the signal on. I think it just kind of stays like that. Yeah, it stays in a powered state. No, actually it's depowered. Okay, so it needs to be a pulse in order to get it to constantly refire. So I'm going to break this off, and I'm going to add this thing right here. This is a programmable RedNet controller. This thing is pretty darn complicated, but very simply, I have it set up right now where it has, okay, that's 6 of 6. So for one of 6, I have it set to a randomizer analog, okay? And then for the 2 of 6, I have it set for just what do you call it? Wave square timer. It's not the front, it's the back. So hang on. I need to change. There we go. So now what's going to happen is it's going to, at random intervals, it's going to set the thing to trigger. So that's kind of what I wanted. I was hoping for a more simplistic device that could just like, hey, it'll trigger a random redstone pulse between 1 and 5 seconds or 1 and 10 seconds. So a little more complicated than I wanted, but it still seems to work. So what I'm going to do is I can put this on top of the Foundry, and I'm going to have like the kind of like the, it's not really like a smokestack, but kind of like burner type stack things. And then I can have the fire coming out and stuff. So it'll look pretty cool. Once it's done, if I can get the building to not look like a box. So let me get rid of this. You be careful because it still sends One last pulse. I'll get rid of this. I do plan on using the encased fire jets for something else as well. However, kind of disappointed you can't change the angle of the encased fire jet or any the regular fire jets either. Like, they always have to point up. So it would be cool if you could get them to like face out this way. Like, you can't use a wrench to change them or nothing like that. I've already tried. It stinks because I would really like to have the fire jet, like, if it could shoot horizontally, that would be really cool. Or shoot down, that would be kind of neat as well. But I guess kind of the, I don't know, the nature of it, I guess they would probably need to have more animations or whatever for the fire. Who knows? I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna work on this a bit more. I did quite a bit of work on the outside of the Foundry, and let me show you around a little bit. I've used a combination of the cobblestone panels as well as some of the detail bricks, as you can see right there. And I also add a lot of the factory blocks to make that kind of pipe-looking theme that we're using on our team. So you can see Arcus has a bunch of it, and also Etho has some, and Biffa does as well. So it's kind of the whole industrial theme. Wait, why is there... What the heck? Why is there dirt there? How did that get there? Hold on. There we go. And there we go. There we go. All right. Let me get up top here. It does still need quite a bit of work. As you can see, there are some pretty large areas that are just very plain. So I do need to add some kind of detailing in there. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to need to add another block inside here rather than just having the panels and this. I'm not really sure though. I don't know. I'll figure it out, but I need something to kind of break that up. Anyways, I like how the piping works, and that actually is really, really cool. So let me talk about this real fast. These are supposed to be kind of like smokestacks, although instead of smoke, it's fire. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Now, what I used was, I used just the clocks. So let me, for some reason that wasn't showing up. So let me show you the clock right here. It's just this right here. It's very simple. It will send a redstone pulse every second. Now, the way that the fire blocks work is that once they get a pulse, they start to kind of warm up, and then they shoot out the flame, and then they go into kind of like a cooldown, which is why they're not like constantly shooting out fire. So they have to kind of go through this whole phase. And that's what I have powering that right there. Rather than having the complicated redstone controller thing, because I would have had to make one for each of them, or I would have had to have run cable to all of that, and I just didn't feel like dealing with that. So I'm like, I'm just gonna put a clock down. It's fine. Now, the way that the fire will appear, as you can see, some of them are like the two on the left are kind of going at once, and then the two on the right kind of going at once. That will change every single time the chunks load, because depending on which clock loads first will determine the order. So like these two got loaded at the same time and these two got loaded at the same time, whereas earlier when I logged off and logged back on the server, this one would fire, then this one would fire, then this one would fire, then that one would fire. So it's gonna change every single time someone loads up the chunk. Now, as far as like the piping and stuff, I do like how the piping looks. I use the clear glass on the top, and I've got all this little piping that's kind of like snaking up and around and what have you. It doesn't really make any logical sense, but it's just for decoration, so it really doesn't matter. I might actually add some sort of little strips or something right here so that it looks like it's actually going into it instead of just kind of like up against it. Like this over here, like, it makes no sense that this one would have two and the rest of, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It looks neat. And I used clear glass from Tinker's in order for the top there. But you know what I did mess up? Let me show you this in here, and I gotta go and fix this right now. I had put glass all around the sides and then the front. And when I was covering the building in the external layer, I was just putting cobble everywhere. I completely didn't realize that I had covered up the windows in the front. So I went and designed the front and everything, and now I have windows that are covered up. So I need to fix this real quick. So I'm gonna let me grab the coin, and I think, yeah, okay, good. So Tinker Glass does, the panels will drop, unlike regular glass, which will, you know, break. So I don't have to use Silk Touch, which is good. So I tried making it look like windows on the outside, but I didn't really like it, so I decided to just leave the outside the way it is, and I'm going to just have the big center window right here. And once I get all this done, this pickaxe will go really, really fast, so that's why I'm kind of being a little more careful, because otherwise it'll rip out all of the cobble as well. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm probably just gonna add, well, you know what? This is stone brick right here. Let's see. I'll probably just use, let me just use stone brick then. We'll just use the stone. I think it's this one right here. And maybe we'll detail it up later. I don't think it's really that big of a deal though, to be honest, because, well, it's on the second floor and it's not really gonna be seen anyways. So it's like, whatever. All right, so we're gonna do that, but then I need to also fix this. I hate that. Sometimes, like, the items can't get to you. And we need the gray stained clay, which, not the gray stained clay, the gray stained windows, or glass. And there we go. So we got a nice little window in the front. Let me go and check that out. Go check it out in the front here. And that looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. I really like how, okay, so you can see the smokestacks through the window, okay? The fire doesn't render because it's too far away. But you can see the smokestacks, and then when you actually come into the building and you look up, you can see the fire coming out. Like, look at that. That looks pretty sweet. I like that. And then as you go up, you can see it a little bit better. So that looks really cool. I like that. And then you can hear them when you actually get up here. I wonder if you can hear them when you're down here. You can hear them faintly. Yeah, a little bit. You can hear them a little bit, but not too much. So I really like how this is coming along. I do need to work on some sort of entrance here. And someone took a bunch of my, I think I had like 2 or 3 extra cleavers, and they used them all, so I gotta make some more. I know Etho made at least 1 cleaver. Maybe he came back and got some more. I'm glad to see that people are using all this stuff. Man, the bags of holding, I gotta make more of those because we're running out. Those things are so good though. They, like, seriously, like, you can basically double your inventory space. More than double, I think. Yeah, more than double your inventory space with just one of these things. So like, I keep one, like the first one here has all my tools and what have you, and then the second one has various blocks and what have you. So I think it's coming along pretty good. I like it. I like it. I do need to work on the outside though a lot more. Like, look at that. That just looks sweet. I can't tell you how many times I've done this though. Like, bump my head on the ceiling. Like, oh yeah, that's right. I put glass there. I think it's coming along pretty good. Pretty good. I do have another project in mind after this. So what I would like to do is I would like to get this building done. I would like to finish up the outside of the armory over here. And then I would like to also do the entrance to the prison, which is going to be kind of simplistic. And after that stuff is done, that really shouldn't take me, I'm hoping I can get it done in the next couple days. I have another project in mind. I do have a couple of things that I've already mentioned in the past, like, oh, was it like the motor pool and a dining facility and then like a barracks and stuff like that. But I'm going to put all that stuff on hold because I came up with something else that I want to build that I think is going to be really, really sweet. Like really, really cool. So you'll have to stick around and come back for that one. But it should be pretty sweet. What is... Oh, is someone digging down here? Oh, what do we have down here, huh? What do we have down here? Hello. Why is this here? We got random oak wood planks? Well, that's interesting. What is going on there? It's probably been there for forever. Oh, we still got the mines. Yeah, watch it for the mines. Anyways, I think that is probably going to wrap this one up. Certainly would appreciate it if you hit that like button. Remember, always blame the controller, because it's never your fault.